and we're settling for a very important conversation about safety, aviation. You can join us on GTV Ghana on Facebook. We're streaming live there, or Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, our mother platform on Facebook. Let us know what you're thinking, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section about our discussion, which is on the aircraft and accident issues. Now, the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation and Prevention Bureau, AIB, plays a critical role in safeguarding Ghana's aviation industry by investigating accidents and incidents, identifying the root causes, and recommending preventive measures to enhance air safety. So in light of the recent Z9 helicopter crash, public attention has turned to the Bureau's operation and its mandate to ensure accountability, transparency, and the continuous improvement of aviation safety standards. At a recent press briefing held, the acting commissioner of the AIB, Mr. John M.K. Umborte, reassured the nation that Ghana's airspace remains safe, citing the country's impressive 89.89 percent safety audit score, and emphasizing the rigorous safety protocols that govern air travel. We're privileged to have Mr. John Umborte himself in the studio this morning to explore this conversation. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the table.
Good morning.
I'll first pick your initial comments on the unfortunate Z9 helicopter crash, if you have any solidarity words that you'd want to put out there before we go into the conversation.
So let me say good morning to our viewers, and also good morning to my sector Minister, Honorable Joseph Bukari Ndekwe, and my colleagues at AIB. Sometimes I don't want to talk about this unfortunate incident that happened a couple of weeks ago, but only to say once again my condolence to everybody in Ghana, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, and His Excellency, and the families that lost their loved ones. Our hearts are still with them, and we all do what we can do to help support the children and the families that they left, as the President has indicated. Thank you.
Thank you for those kind words. I want us to begin also with the explanation of the core functions, if you can tell us, of Aircraft Accidents and Incident Investigation and Prevention Bureau.
Yeah, so AIB for short came into being in 2021 after Parliament of Ghana passed the law that is at 1028 with an airline 2483. This law has given AIB the mandate to investigate all aircraft accidents, serious incidents within the territorial borders of Ghana and AFI region. The AFI region is the Aircraft Flight Information Region of Ghana, and so any aircraft accident that happens in this territorial borders, it is AIB that is mandated to do that with the act that has given them that mandate. And that is also coming from ACAO Annex 13, also mandates that AIB, or all the AIBs in the world, they are in charge of investigating incidents and accidents, and also to prevent future occurrence.
Right.
And that is what we do.
Okay. How different is it and independent is it from the regulatory bodies, and how independent is it?
So if you go back to ACAO Annex 13, that is spelled out that the institution that is supposed to investigate aircraft accidents should be independent of it and autonomous from other institutions like Ghana Civil Aviation, civil aviations all over the world. Right. Because the civil aviation, they are the regulators of every activity in the aviation ecosystem. Okay. And so they cannot be regulating and doing accident investigation alongside, like they will say you can't be a judge in your own court.
Absolutely, conflict of interest.
Exactly, that is why the Act and also the Annex 13 has given that mandate for an institution independent of Ghana's or civil aviation to do the investigations.
Right. Let's talk about the Z9 helicopter crash and what steps that the Bureau has taken.
So yes, like I said earlier, the accident that happened, the Z9, the accident that happened, the aircraft belongs to the military, and per our laws, we are not supposed to investigate any aircraft that belongs to the military for obvious reasons all over the world. And so what really happened, what we do is that when they invite us, we seek approval from the sector minister, then we go to help in the investigation using our expertise. And like I always said, the military has invited us and we are part of the investigation. That's what I can say for now.
For this Z9
Yes,
helicopter crash?
the investigation have started.
Okay. Can you tell us about previous helicopter crashes or air crashes that you have investigated, and what are the outcomes? What was recommended to, have made the situation better for the future?
Yes, investigations, aircraft investigation over the world, they happen because we want there's the need to prevent future occurrence. And so we have had a few in the past, and sometimes some of these things that happen is not very good to put in the public domain. It is only when after the investigation you submit the report to the appropriate stakeholders, and they will do the necessary reforms. And so sometimes it's not the best to put whatever you have seen in the public domain. It's not everything you can put in the public domain, but safe to say that we have done some few investigations in the past, and we have submitted the reports, and normally we follow up to make sure this recommendations are implemented religiously.
Can you give us a semblance of some of what is discovered? Is it attributed to old aircraft? Is it attributed to mechanical issues? Is it attributed to human issues?
You see, that's what I said. That so in aviation, it's a very dynamic issue, and so it is not always the best to go in do investigation and come out. So, oh, this aircraft had this aircraft had this. No, we don't do that. Okay. And respectfully, we don't want to put that in the public domain.
Okay, let's move on to ensure transparency. Though you don't want to put out there, how does the Bureau ensure that there's public confidence in what you do, and that something would arise from an investigation that you start on any issue?
So investigations, whatever form, over the world, not only aircraft investigation, all the investigations in the world that people do, what drives investigation is confidentiality and transparency. Okay. And so if you are to do investigations, or if you are doing investigation and you don't show that there's confidentiality, you need to interview a lot of people. And so if you don't show a sign of confidentiality, they will not be prepared to speak to you. And if that happens, you may not be able to get to the bottom of the accident, or the root cause of the accident. And so transparency and confidentiality is very key, and it is stated in our protocol manuals and Annex 13. If you go to Doc 9756, it is spelled out there how to go about with investigations and the confidentialities. Right. And it is even in our primary legislation, that is the act that has established AIB Ghana, Act 1028. It is stated that when you are doing investigation, you need to be very careful. You don't divulge any information that you see to the public. And if you do, there are consequences. Every investigator knows that whenever they are doing investigation, they need to be very confident. There's need for confidentiality and transparency. And so it is even in our law, like I said, when you try to divulge any information, there's a penalty for it. And it is in the law, it is about 2,500, between 2,500 and 5,000 penalty unit. Okay. Or you can even go to jail for between 2 and 5 years.
You mean for the investigators? Exactly. Or the witnesses? For the investigators. Okay.
So they know that, look, whatever they are doing, any investigation that they are doing, they need to be very
shrouded in
exactly,
secrecy.
So that it doesn't, because you need to work with people who will be prepared to help you. And if they know that, look, if I say something, It will come out in the public domain. They will not say, and
Right.
it will impede the investigation. So they are aware of it.
Okay.
Confidentiality is what drives our investigations.
We haven't been a country that have seen so many air crashes, especially domestic airlines and even the helicopter crashes. Rarely it happens. What is it that you people are doing with investigations that you have done in the past, with learning experiences from other countries and other international bodies that, is helping your work?
So we do a lot behind the scene on a daily basis. Investigation, once again, if you go back to ACAO Annex 13, which spells out how to go about investigations, there are protocols, there are manuals that you must follow. I mean, you develop protocol manuals, documents, so that you will look at areas that you need to tackle, so that there wouldn't be any accident. If you don't do those things, because we do those things always, that is why we don't see. For instance, ICAO sees in aviation ecosystem, the whole world is seen as one country.
Okay.
And anything that affects, for instance, Ghana, affects every other countries in the aviation system. Right. And so we collaborate a lot to make sure that nothing is left to chance. Right. And ICAO has always been on us, our regulators. ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, they are always been on all the investigators all over the world to do the right thing. And so they have even sent us some protocol question PQs that we have reviewed to see things that we are supposed to do so that you don't fall foul. And so a lot of work is done before an aircraft will take place, and that is why you don't see them having accidents.
Okay. And with the other players in the aviation space, what are the partnerships? Do you do trainings for them? How do you collaborate with them to, as you say, ensure that there are minimal accidents?
Yes, so this job that we do, it is collaboration that drives it. You need to collaborate a lot domestically and internationally. You need to, like Ghana Civil Aviation, we collaborate a lot on a daily basis for training of our personnel, for other things that we need to do. We collaborate very well with the military. We do a lot of trainings. When they organize their training, they invite us. When we organize ours, we invite them. And GCA, the same thing. Okay. We collaborate a lot. And at the international front, we do a lot of collaboration. We have a lot of regional bodies like Bagaso, Bagaya, we Asasi, Wasasi, Wakaf. Those, they all come together. And as we speak, I'll be receiving my colleagues from Namibia on Monday.
Okay.
They are coming to visit us for a 4-day. They are coming on a 4-day visit. Okay. They are coming to look at what Ghana has been doing so that they can also learn from that. Okay. We collaborate a lot. Right. And as I said, we also have a lot of collaboration with our other international organizations. Like we have a collaboration and an MOU that we signed with our colleagues in Togo. Okay. They in French, they call it accident d'enquête prévention d'avion.
Your French is good.
Yes, je parle français.
Okay.
Je parle français. Oui. Then we also have some with the Benin. So we collaborate a lot with our international stakeholders.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Can you shed light also on what you're doing so that future investigations become better? The investigations that will go into the Z9 helicopter, are there time frames that you can also give us?
Yes, for the Z9 helicopter, that issue is being handled by a particular group, very professional group, and I want to respectfully say that they know what they are about, and they know what they are going to do, and they know what the public is expected of them, and so they will come out.
Is there a standard timeline for when investigations will end or are conducted?
Yes, so for this, I will not be able to say it, even though we have a standard line for investigations. But this is something I don't want to really say it here.
Okay, how long is the standard line, if you can tell us that? A year, 6 months?
Oh no,
5 years?
like I told you, we have the protocols. And the protocols and they state how long for it to take for a preliminary report to come.
Okay.
So when you begin investigation, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not talking of this particular one, but
no, we're talking about generally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the preliminary report should come out after 1 month.
Oh, for the preliminary investigation.
Yes, for the general.
Okay, and that would inform the
Exactly,
future one, how it will be
exactly,
done.
exactly.
And that can span like how long?
Sometimes even span to a year.
Okay.
6 months, a year, or something.
But there will be finality brought to the matter
You see,
at the end of
you
it.
see, when you do investigations, we don't do it as I said yesterday somewhere. We don't do it to apportion blames or criminal liability.
No.
We do it because we want to correct what has gone wrong. Absolutely. And every report after every investigation, it does affect almost. If you do investigation in Ghana, the report that you come and the recommendation can affect other countries, because it is the report that you come out, the recommendation that you come out, that will help to the designers of aircraft, the manufacturers of aircraft. You know, we have a state of manufacture, a state of design. They have different companies or states that do that. And so when there's an accident and you investigate, you might see that probably this is the cause or something that happened. It affects how they will do the next manufacturing, they will even put some features. And so every investigation is taken seriously. And so when we are doing it in Ghana, it is not only in Ghana, but the results affect other countries.
Other countries as well. I have, when the helicopter crash happened, I went online and I was watching some videos of aircraft accidents all over the world and in the US. And I saw one particularly where a passenger who was even climbing into the aircraft saw corrosion on a part of the airplane. And, you know, she brushed it aside and everything. But at the end, in the air, a part of between the cockpit and where the pilot is and the passengers, went off the plane. And so the investigators were looking at all of these manufacturing defects, maintenance defects, and all of that. I want you to tell us, who are your first key people in an investigation? For this Z9 helicopter crash, the residents who were picking pieces of the helicopter, and then others as well. Who are your first people that you look at when you're getting investigation information?
So every accident has its own way of approaching it, even though we have a formal document that is the protocols that we have to follow. But when there's an accident, you look at a lot of parameters before you do. But when you get to the scene, the scene of the accident, what you need to do first is to cordon off the whole place, so that whatever, when there's an accident, other institutions are part.
Yeah.
NADMO, the Ghana Health Service, Fire Service, to save life and other things. And so we have what we call emergency operation. And so all these people come on board. And when there's an accident, EOC will get there. Then who is to do what first?
Okay.
AIB, you are to cordon the place, and let's see how after that we do investigation.
Right.
Not more, you need to play your part. So when you get there, it is when you get to know which one. But first, the AIB need to cordon off the place so that investigation and they don't tamper with
the evidence
that we would want to use.
Absolutely. And then you talk to people too.
We talk to people. That is when we start the investigations. We need to we take the pictures of the scene and a whole lot. Then we need to do all that.
Lots goes into it. And as you said, preliminary findings, a month, and then some can even span to a year after the preliminary findings. Recent emergency landings involving other aircraft, how does the Bureau differentiate between routine safety checks and serious safety concerns as well?
So for checks, as I said, top notch.
Okay.
Before an aircraft takes off, what goes into it before it takes off? Like I said, it's not a child play. A vigorous activity has to take place. Vigorous checks have to take place before an aircraft takes off.
What happens if you miss one check?
It is very difficult to miss, because it's not only person doing the checks.
Okay. Have
Uh-huh.
other
Other,
supervisors.
exactly.
Okay.
So a lot. There's no. Can say there's no way you will miss it.
Not even a 1%
No,
chance.
and I don't think so. I don't know. I
99
don't.
point.
There's no way you will miss it. No, it will. It won't happen.
Okay.
Yes.
So checks are done before the
aircraft takes off. Yes.
How about communication? If you're talking about safety concerns, weather and all, people would give their pedestrian thoughts and opinions about, oh, the weather was not good. That's why it landed and all of that. But what
Yes,
really?
yes, yes. So like I always said, those are speculations. We are experts in our profession. We don't speculate.
Okay.
And so whatever they say, we are focused on the job we have to do, and we don't do those speculations. So it's difficult for somebody to say, oh, it's because of it, because no, we don't do that. We wait till we do our investigation.
How about communication with weather agencies and all the other people
yes,
who play a
so
role?
that's what I said before. An aircraft takes off, all the agencies would have done everything that they need to do before it takes off.
That's a lot of work, because look at the number of aircraft that would take off.
It is.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. Ghana recently achieving the 89.89% score in the safety audit. What specific measures will contribute to a higher rate? So the gap that is not giving us that 100%, what can be done about it, and why do we have that gap?
Yes, so we don't have a gap.
Okay.
We are working to improve
the 89%.
The 89.89%. When they came for the audit, but then we didn't have AIB as an independent institution.
Okay.
And AIB in Ghana becoming an independent institution is already a high mark for that audit. Because as at the time they came, AIB, the wing that was, the department that took charge of investigation was still part of the aviation, civil aviation.
Okay.
And that is where the cow is seriously against in understating. Okay. And now that we now have an independent body, like I said, it is already a plus. The ACAO, they have sent us the protocol questions ahead of time. That's what they normally do. Okay. You need to check this, you need to check that. And my technical team has already, together with myself, we have already reviewed this PQs. Okay. And everything is on course. And I want to assure Ghanaians, you see, we don't do only with AIB. Other Ghana Civil Aviation, Ghana Airport Company, they do their part, we do our part, and we come together as a body, and we are working seriously towards that. Okay. And I can assure Ghanaians, we will go high.
Is there room for Ghanaians the public, general public, to speak to you, communicate with AIB on any findings, any information they have?
Oh, findings? No. What we do is when there's an accident, we have a number. There's a way to report the incident.
Right.
So the public can call to us on that number. We do have the number.
Okay, it will be good if we can put the number out as well. But how is the sensitization on that number even? Do people know it, like the emergency, police, fire,
Yes, so we wherever we have our collaborators, they have the number. Okay. And we are trying hard to get it into the public. We are doing that, and as an investigative, we want to do more of the prevention. And so we are doing a lot of stakeholder engagement every day. We are always with the stakeholders, and we'll be coming out to the public. And this is one of the areas that we are doing as we use
the media.
Exactly, so that the public will get to know what we do and how they can support us. So we have our number here. It's a toll-free line. Right. And when there's any incident about the aircraft, you can call to that number. So the number is 08 000 6007.
Is it just one number?
Yes, it's a toll-free number.
08000.
Yeah, the zeros are 4.
The zeros are 4
yes,
after the 8.
Yes.
Okay.
And 6.
6.
And the zeros are 2.
00 and then 7.
Exactly.
08000
yeah.
600 and 7. That's a toll-free number for the AIB.
Exactly.
That they can report.
They can report any incident.
Finally, what about, is there anything like punishments, checks and balances when somebody does not do their work, or in the value chain of investigation, aircraft management, and all of that? The stiffer punishments are there, because you say that the checks and the protocols cannot be missed; they have to be done.
Yes, so these are administrative processes. And when you are given a job, your supervisors make sure that that job is done and done well. See, in aviation industry or in aviation ecosystem, I don't want to always say it's not a child play. Look, what goes into it, like I told you, it is all the countries come together as one. What affects Ghana affects Togo, affects US, and affects UK. And so ICAO will not sit down for any lapses to happen in Ghana. And they have a mantra that no country should be left behind. No country is left behind. And so we are doing everything to follow strictly and religiously to ICAO standards.
What's your final message to Ghanaians, the general public, international community, about the safety of Ghana's airspace?
So my message to Ghanaians and others in the international community is that the airspace we have in Ghana are very safe. We have very professional people, personnel that are manning our aviation ecosystem in Ghana, and we don't leave anything to chance. My colleagues at Ghana Civil Aviation, Ghana Airport Company, everybody is up to the task, and we are doing everything. But also to add that I'm just pleading with the public that some of the things they put on the social media is not helping us. It's not helping us. It is sometimes indicting us in a way. I want to plead that, look, you go to social media, you see sometimes, so when you are even passing an aircraft is coming to follow. I mean, things that, please, our airspace are very safe, and we don't take anything to chance. They should help us whichever way they can contribute so that we keep our airspace safe as they have always been. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show and giving us all these insights. You can reach the AIB on their toll-free number. It was on your screen, but it's 08000060007. As a toll-free number is on your screen, you can write it down, memorize it just like you memorize the emergency numbers. And even we do not pray for any aircraft incident to happen again, but should you be around anything of that sort and you see anything worrying, you can reach the number. Have any information, you can reach the number. I've been speaking about our airspace and its safety, and the AIB, that's the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation and Prevention Bureau, which was established in 2021. It's coming into being and what it has done to ensure that Ghana's airspace is safe. I've been speaking to Mr. John M.K. Wumborte, who is reassuring Ghanaians that airspace is safe and sane. And there's lots that we've discussed that you can find on Ghana Broadcasting Corporation on Facebook, so that you can benefit from all of the information and reduce the speculations out there. We're back with a headline segment you don't want to miss. Mohammed Awal and Prince Kuma on that segment. Stay with us.